Brother teacher here, do you have a sick child or parent, ailing loved one, someone who is paralyzed, incapable of taking care and or providing for themselves, and that task has been placed upon your shoulders? And do you find this to be a burden to you? That's my question for you today. Well, I want to say this. It shouldn't be a burden to take care of your loved one. Let me make you mindful of something, and for some of you, remind you of something, and that is this. Most other cultures take care of their sick and physically handicapped and afflicted parents and relatives within their homes until the day they die. They don't push them off into a nursing home or a retirement center because that's not their custom and or tradition. Only in America do we institutionalize our loved ones because we say, oh, it's better for them. Oh, they will be better taken care of, or they will be taken care of very well, or we don't have enough room in our home. It's funny, we can manufacture all of these excuses as to why we won't take care of our loved ones, be it your aunt, your uncle, your grandparents, your mother or father, and even oftentimes your children, because we want to have our time freed up so that we can do other things. This is selfish. It's ridiculous. It is sinful. It is against God. If your parents, for example, brought your behind into this world and provided for you all of your childhood up into your young adulthood, and even beyond that, sometimes when you just couldn't get your behind out the door and find some gainful employment and provide for yourselves, and all of the times that you needed money for transportation as an adult, or you needed money for college, they were the ones that you went to. How is it then that once they become old and ailing and incapable of providing for themselves or taking care of themselves, you push them off into a nursing facility? How is that? And shame on you. That shows that you don't love them as they loved you. You follow me? So, if you have a child and that child has sickle cell anemia and it's a burden to you to keep taking them back and forth to the hospital, or if you have a parent that has dialysis, you feel burdened to have to take them 3 or 4 times a week to their dialysis treatment, or if you have a parent that is not ambulatory and that you have to help them up out of the bed to the toilet and back to the bed, and you have to prepare meals for them and so on and so forth, and that's a burden to you. Why is it a burden to you and it was not a burden to your parents to raise you? They may have felt similar thoughts, but they took care of you because they loved you. Why can't you reciprocate that? What is wrong with you and what is in your mind that you can't muster up that thing called love, that thing called charity that goes without saying, that unconditional love that your parents had for you, especially? What's the problem? You're going out on the town, on a date, to the movies, to a sporting event, to hang out with the friends at the bar, wherever you choose to go and whatever you choose to do. Your parents should never be the last considered. They are the ones responsible for you being here in the first place. If it were not for them, you would not have the liberties and the freedoms to go to and from those special events had they aborted you. But somehow or another, as they age, they become a problem to you. Or as your children develop diseases or conditions, abnormalities, whatever the case is, you find it so hard to do the right thing. They belong to you and you brought them into the world. Can't you accept their conditions as well? Whatever happened to the love of humanity? And you can go no further, or don't have to go any further than the family unit. See, people who are disingenuous, people who are selfish towards strangers, if you look at their homes and where they come from, chances are they are the same way in their homes. So wake up, people, and understand that these are human beings. They are your flesh and your blood. When they are gone from here, there's no "I'm sorry" or "I apologize, mom and dad." There's no more hugs, no more accolades, no more roses and flowers, because it's too late. And then oftentimes you are riddled with guilt, irrespective of what relative it may be that you are caring for or attempting to care for. Once it's all said and done and they leave here again, are you willing to accept the responsibility for your irresponsibility? What say you to this? This is Brother Teacher, and I'm curious to know. And I'm not the only one, I'm certain, but we all want to know, do you know someone who cares more about themselves than they do about their loved ones when their loved ones are actually in need? Let me know what your opinion is, what your viewpoint is on this subject. So long.